Hello everyone, Alec DeLorean here, and I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Now in today's video we have 5 tips for Sprocket. Now the idea of these is that hopefully they will help new players or veteran players and anyone who's coming over for the PC release. Any tips are welcome, so if there are any that don't make this list and you feel like are valuable or should be on the list, be sure to put them in the comments below, as hopefully they will help me or someone else in the community. But before we get into it, if you would like to join the Patreon or Discord, the links are in the description below. And if you enjoyed this video, this content and all things Star Wars and Marvel related, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the video. Alright, so 5 tips for Sprocket, aka the reworked Sprocket. Tip number 1, wake up Sprocket. The healing droids give half self-healing to Sprocket, so use the heal even if your teammates are full health but you're low health. So what I say by this is Sprocket does healing and it applies to a teammate who's low and they heal over time. The same thing happens as soon as you put one on your teammate, you get yourself one, but it only does half the amount of healing as your teammates one. So if all of your teammates are on full health and you're getting targeted, you're half health, just put it on a teammate, because you need your healing yourself and your teammate might start taking damage anyway, but there's going to be heal on them already, so they're going to get instantly healed straight away. But yes, a lot of people forget that Sprocket's healing puts one on himself, so that's his best way to heal himself other than actually run into a health power up. So always do that. That's tip number 1. Tip number 2, use the baby turret on cooldown, aka as often as you can, as soon as it finishes its cooldown, as it helps apply pressure and keep yourself alive. So yes, it helps apply a pressure. You're doing a lot of damage by shooting, your baby turret is going to do a lot of damage by shooting, and that's all on top of your teammates doing a lot of damage with whatever they're doing. So if you're doing that, say you've got you, your teammate, and your baby turret, that's 3 different people shooting at someone, whereas if it's just you and your teammate, there's only 2 people, so they have less to think about. If there's more people shooting at them, they're going to get more flustered, right? So it's better to do that because it'll help keep yourself alive, as some enemies might start shooting the turret instead of you, which you might benefit from that because then you can heal yourself. So that's tip number 2. Tip number 3 is when placed in the critical health, aka low health, you get a speed boost, so use it to get to safety rather than continuing to run around. So I say this because I see a lot of people, they get into critical health, the one shot, and they just start like running around in circles, still trying to shoot the enemies. The best thing to do is go behind cover, go heal up, and then get back into the fight. The speed boost is such a great way to run away and go find a health power up, especially if one is nearby, because the speed boost is insane. You're then the fastest hunter in the game at that point, and no one can catch up to you. And obviously you're going to be really hard to shoot because you're going to be zooming around the map. So yeah, instead of just running around still shooting enemies, just go heal up. Then tip number 4 is Rocket's ultimate does splash damage. What splash damage is it hits more than one enemy. So in his case, the turret shoots, hits an enemy, and then it explodes, right? So if I've got 2 people stood next to me, it's going to explode and deal damage to them as well. So in that sense, it's best to use it in a team fight rather than in a 1 versus 1. Don't get me wrong, you can still use it in a 1 versus 1 as it's great for pressure. The Sprocket is all about pressure. You're shooting, you might put down your baby turret who starts shooting the enemy, then you put down your ultimate who's also shooting an enemy, and then at that point the enemy's just going to get overwhelmed. But still, it's better to use it in a team fight because then you're going to be applying way more damage to all of the enemies rather than just the one enemy who you might not need to use the ultimate on. As I've seen people use the ultimate in 1 versus 1s, forgetting that it actually does explosive damage rather than just the normal turret on that Sprocket's ultimate used to be. Then tip number 5 is since the rework, Sprocket can put out insane damage. So now his best mode is no longer dynamic control. He's not the dynamic control king, as he can't do AoE healing anymore. He's best used in squad brawl because he's all about single target healing and just doing a lot of damage. What's the best mode for that? Squad brawl, because all you need to do is do damage, kill teammates, kill people, win game. That's it. So yeah, he's definitely really his best used in squad brawl. Problem is Zane is also really good in squad brawl, so that just means that Sprocket has fallen off a bit as a healer because his AoE healing was really good. But yeah, squad brawl is the way to go for him if you wanted to just use him on certain maps or modes. And there you go, those are my 5 tips for the reworked Sprocket. Sprocket, not the old Sprocket. Hopefully these are helpful for new players, as to new players it'll just be the main Sprocket anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And then hopefully it helps veteran players trying to transition over to the new Sprocket if they haven't done so already. And hopefully it helps all PC players, as that's the aim of this video. And as always, if there are any tips that aren't in this list and you feel like should be in the list because you think they're valuable, be sure to put them in the comments below, as hopefully they'll help me or someone else in the community. And that's what we strive for, is just helping everyone out. But I won't keep you any longer, so if you would like to join the Patreon or Discord, the links are in the description below. And if you enjoyed this video, this content, and all things Star Wars and Marvel related, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.